Welcome into Southern Tier Brewing Company with Marty, Biron. I'm Brian Duff. One of the greatest things to happen in this community in the past year was the evolution of Give 716 Day, a day of giving and a collaboration between the Bills and the Sabres, and of course, everyone in Western New York that on a regular basis wants to give to this community and wants to find ways, quite frankly, to give more, to reach out to various organizations. This event, when it comes to the giving, Marty, starts within the next 2 minutes at 7:16 p.m. and runs through 7:16 a.m. on July 16th,
Yes.
which is 716 Day.
Which is Saturday morning, so you got a couple of days to go ahead and donate. Give716.org is the website. All the information's right there. But I just want to take you, well, maybe not take you back, but take me back
Yes.
to 1995 when I was drafted with the Buffalo Sabres. Shortly after, around this time of year, we were brought into Buffalo to work out in the summer. Guys like Don Luce, at the time John Muckler, Terry Martin, Larry Carrier, they were all taking care of us, right? And we got to experience going to charity golf tournaments and other charity events, and I was amazed by the support and love in the community.
Yes.
And now I don't want to say how many years later because it's 29 years, 20 some years later,
Yes.
that we're doing it and doing it at such a grand scale. It's amazing. So it's making me feel old,
Yeah.
but we're still doing it. We're doing it great.
And we're here on Sabres Facebook and Bill's Twitter and One Buffalo Twitter, so that in itself is just emblematic of the relationship and how we are working together at this point in time to give more. Now, I actually thought you were going to go down the path of, when I was breaking in, it was all about getting incentives in my contract. Now, this is an incentive.
I did have some bonuses, yes.
Okay, I want you to go through quickly before we get to Don Granato and Kevyn
Okay.
Adams of the Sabres, some of the incentives, because the beauty, again, of this is it has so much in the way of strong corporate partnership in the community.
Yes.
So as the hours go by in this event, we're going to have the matching power from
Yes.
some of our corporate partners, but we've also got some pretty amazing incentives, like right off the hop here.
There's 3 amazing incentives, and obviously all donations are incredible. But right now, starting at 7:16, the first 3,000 donations of $71.60 or more will receive a limited special Give 716 t-shirt, and we have them all over the place, so we'll show them to you later. Mine is in my truck, and I decided I didn't go home to change, so that's what happened. At 8 p.m. on July the 14th, which is after the first hour, the first 100 donation of $716 or more will receive an autographed Josh Allen jersey. How about that?
Amazing.
Like the GOAT, right? I mean,
Amazing.
yes, here in Buffalo we call him the GOAT. And at 5 p.m. tomorrow, July 15th, the first 500 donations of $117.16 or more will receive an autographed Rick Generate banner courtesy of Oxford Pennant. It's amazing. It's the one that's hanging in the rafters at the KeyBank Center. So this is some great incentive right away.
And we are live right now at give716.org, so you can see where your donations are ultimately going to go. You can choose where you want to make that donation to. And of course, we are in the midst of really a matching hour, if you will, here at, we're sitting here at Southern Tier
Yes.
Brewing Company, but there's so many people that aren't in attendance that are affecting every single donation, like Bill's coach Sean McDermott
Yeah.
and his wife Jamie. Right now, they are offering a $50,000 matching donation. So that means in this time period, if you're willing to donate up to $1,000, they will match that donation up to $50,000. That is a great way to start.
You go on give716.org, you make a $50 donation, boom, there's Sean and Jamie McDermott that are doubling it. Now it's a $100 donation.
Yeah.
You give $100, boom, it's $200. Up to $50,000, that's amazing.
And normally we welcome in one guest at a time, but we're doubling up as well with the general manager and the head coach of the Buffalo Sabres, Kevyn Adams and Don Granato. Don, welcome in. Kevyn, great to see you again. We've been all around it here in the past week with the draft in Montreal
Yes.
and development camp, but this is taking it to another level, something you know very well about in this community.
Yeah, well, it's nice to be here, and it's this town's amazing. We've talked about it so many times. The way that people in this community rally together, the way that whenever there's something going on and they can give back financially or their time, it just happens. And I think people that come here, and even our young players that are here in development camp, we can talk about that. That's what's so great about being a Buffalo Sabre and being part of this organization. So we know we live in a special place. We're fortunate to work for a special organization. And it's really cool to have the Sabres and Bills, kind of collaborate and do something special for our town.
And Don, you always like giving back because of your roots with USA Hockey. You were just at the select, camp talking to these young players. And now you're here pretty much all season long and all year long. So how have you adopted this 7-1-6 mentality into what you do with the team and how you coach these players here?
Yeah, I love coaching here because of what you feel when an event like this happens. There's such a sense of community, such a care for people in the community, and pride. And we want our players to feel that. You could probably find on social media today Kyle Okposo talking to our prospects here, and at least half of his talk was about what it means to be in Buffalo, what it means to be around these people. And that's pretty neat. I mean, that's special. My first job as a coach was in Green Bay. And I remember being offered the position, coach, general manager of a junior team, and I was going to go back and play in the minors, a third year in the ECHL. And I thought, what a great spot to start my career in the coaching and hopefully extended at that time. And I thought, I can sell Green Bay. It's a great community. I was in Wisconsin, spent time in Madison, Wisconsin. And when I moved here I guess it's 3 years ago, maybe a little bit over now, that's what really I was looking forward to, was getting more into a community-based city with that mindset, and been blown away by living here. So as you mentioned, I'm here year-round now. I love it. Sold my place that I had in Chicago and convinced my family to come here to visit me, type of thing. And they're starting to see what I see and feel. And but before I finish anything on this topic, I got to say, I just watched you guys on the intro. It's amazing how well you guys handle things. I mean, you guys are way behind the goalie by now. What you guys
Duffer's amazing.
He's my center. I'm just a scoring winger. I just wait for the tap in.
I'm not even kidding. The intro there, I'm like, wow. I haven't, every now and then I turn on your show to write a few notes down, but watching you guys start the intro was unbelievable.
I will say this, Don. We've had a lot of reps lately. Longer shows in Montreal at the draft, longer shows this week at development camp. So maybe we've hit our stride right now.
But you're 10,000 hours.
Just so people know, that was a live take. There was not like take
we
2
are
or 3.
fully live, and Don, that's the best segue you could make, because we are so live that in just the few minutes we've been on, over $40,000 in donations already. This is absolutely amazing.
Thanks Coach McDermott on that.
Thanks, Sean.
He's got to double that up. Let's keep it going.
But, last year and the year before, but there was so much uncertainty. In fact, it was just a year ago, Matty Glab and I were sitting out next to the French Connection statue, and it was quiet, and there's nobody around, like nobody's out doing anything. And here we are launching this partnership, an initiative, and just welcoming everyone to get involved. We had over 400 not-for-profits last year register to be beneficiaries of this great collaboration. We're at 533 not-for-profits. I don't know if anybody realized that there were that many.
No,
and that's what this, and communities you've spoken of, Don, that's how many people who are working tirelessly every day without recognition, and here is a way to extend just a little bit more that we can give to them. It's truly amazing.
Well, from my perspective, there's so many things that you can do to just help others, that you can make someone else's day a little bit better. It can be financial, and that's an amazing thing, but it can also be time and just efforts and showing you care. And that's one of the things that I feel very fortunate as a kid growing up. My mom was extremely charitable, and she's for years been at Kevyn guest house, and just so those are things that I learned at a young age. And for people already to donate this kind of money, and just,
50,000 now, by the way.
I mean, it's awesome.
Can I just, maybe this is people are gonna laugh, but when you used to invite me to your golf tournament, Kevyn guest house, I thought there was literally something you had going on.
Yeah. So that's with Kevyn with an I, and I'm Kevyn with a Y, just so you know. But you're not the first person to say that, though.
It took a little while. I remember a few years ago they did a at Kevyn's guest house, they had a decorator's show house, and they redid it right by Children's Hospital. I'm like, oh, like this is completely different than actually Kevyn Adams' guest house.
Did you think I was trying to get like a guest house paid for? So
maybe
I
a
was having
pool
a
house,
golf
a guest
tournament?
house,
All
or
right.
something. I don't know.
All right, well, I'm glad we cleared that up. That's good.
Don, you and I have spoken before just about, you know, your family and kind of the work ethic that was instilled from your parents to you, you know, as kids. And I think it kind of goes a little bit hand in hand with what Kevyn was just talking about, learning the value of charity at a young age, the value of, and special guests are always welcome. And of course, we have probably not the most talkative, which is fine because I think we've got that area covered here. But yeah, Tooth and Billy are here. Just give us a sense of what it was like for you in a big household, lots of kids, but parents that instilled, you know, a very much Buffalo type work ethic where you were growing up.
No, there's no question that I was very fortunate to be one of 6 kids growing up. But there's one thing that's resonated with me my entire life, and it was whenever we overstepped any boundary, being selfish or disrespectful as a kid, my dad had a reply that just put you right back in your place. And he'd look at you and he'd say, "So you think you have it bad?"
Yeah.
And you had no reply to that.
Right.
You know, you could complain about something or whine about something. He gets that, she gets that. And his response was, "So you think you have it bad?" And that will never leave me. And you know, it's about, there's a lot into that as you go through your life, but it's appreciating what you have. And we're all very fortunate for many, many things, and sometimes we overlook those things. I know a year ago I didn't know much about 716, and when I got online and I scrolled through the charities that were on there, the gamut of emotions that you go through is amazing. You start seeing the number of charities, and then you start thinking of the people behind it working and the people behind it in need, and it's overwhelming. And you know, I obviously at the end clicked donate to all because I just couldn't pick, you know, 1 or 2 or 3 when you're going through it. It's amazing to do it. I encourage anybody to go further and scroll through that to learn about how many, and think about how many people are in our community working for other people is amazing.
So what is amazing, and this is a great story, I love it, getting those experiences from your parents and then passing them down to the next generation is always something that's important. Now, we are in the midst of development camp at Lecom Arbor Center next door. It's free to the public. So before I ask you guys about development camp, I want to maybe a little challenge to all that have been here in the past 2 days or will be here tomorrow or Saturday for the 3-on-3 tournament. It's free to the public. Make a donation. Go on give716.org and say, hey, I just paid for my ticket or whatnot, and that's a good way to do it. So challenge at home, hopefully you're accepted. But how has this been? The draft, free agency, and now seeing these young guys in the building and being able to teach them what this community is all about.
Well, if you go back to last week, was that a week ago today? Today's Thursday? Yeah, so a week ago today, and a very exciting time with the draft and us having a lot of draft picks to make, and just the energy that was in Montreal. I mean, you guys were there, just being on the streets and then walking into the arena. It was special. But we felt really good about the draft. You know, you come back and you roll right into preparing for free agency. And this development camp, though, you know, we just called those players' names, but this goes back the last 3 years. We haven't been able to do development camps. So we have players in here into Buffalo and meeting people face to face for the first time that we drafted in 2020. So it's actually, you know, just for me, you know, so enjoyable to just interact with the kids, ask them questions, not about hockey, about their families, and just, you know, get to know them as people. They're spending time together. They're meeting, obviously, Donnie and the coaching staff and the development staff and the Rochester coaching staff, the trainers, equipment managers. I think it helps give perspective to young players. You and I were both there, you know, many years ago, how much goes into running an organization, how much people care. And, you know, what we talk about is you got to wake up every day and love. You want to be a Buffalo Sabre so bad, and this has got to be something truly special to you. And that's the type of people that we're trying to draft and develop here. So it's been a good few days, but a couple more. So fans that want to come out, it'll be a lot of fun.
A couple of big wingers on either side right now, sporting this year's T-shirts, which is all part of the cause. And obviously, it's a little perk right now. if you're getting involved and making your donation of more than $71.60 at give716.org, and we are already over $70,000. This is our number one. This is amazing. And of course, it's a Sabres and Bills collaboration. So gentlemen, thank you for all your words. We're going to welcome in some Buffalo Bills on the heels of you guys joining us here. So Kevyn Adams, done. Yeah,
Thank you, guys.
You kind of knew that was coming.
Thanks
Thank
for
you.
having
We'll
us.
see you the rest of the week, and
Appreciate
can't wait
it.
to see camp culminate on Saturday morning
Thanks,
with
everyone.
the 3-on-3 tournament. So that's going to come up 9 o'clock Saturday morning, right on the heels of 7:16 a.m.
Yes.
Saturday morning on July 16th, when we culminate this, I would say, enlarged day of giving, right? That's what it is. It's beyond the 24-hour confine of a typical day because it means that much.
So I'll say this. One thing I learned about this Western New York Buffalo community is we're extremely competitive.
Yes.
I count myself
Yes.
as part of this community. I'm extremely competitive. That's what the Sabres are trying to do.
Yep.
Bring competitiveness to their camp, which 3-on-3 Saturday morning is going to be. The Bills and their fan base, right, when they are being challenged with even making a donation, like when the Andy Dalton happened,
Yes,
they're like, let's be competitive.
yes,
let's
yes.
raise as much money as possible.
Yep.
The competitiveness of this area always shines through.
Yeah.
So it's so impressive to see.
All right, you've got a couple of Bills next to you, and
Yes.
one would be Tyler Matakevich, and the other would be Darryl Talley. You see the name, you've known the name, it's on the Bills Wall of Fame. Gentlemen, great to see you. Thank you for being here as part of Give 716 Day. How do you, Darryl, we'll get to you in 1 second. Tyler, I want to start with you. What have you learned in a couple of years about this Buffalo community when it comes to a time like this and giving back to the community?
Oh man, nobody's gonna give back like the city of Buffalo.
Yeah.
I mean, the way the city just rallies around, everyone comes together. I mean, it's a blue collar city. I mean, that's what I love about it. I feel like I fit right in, and it honestly is truly amazing watching what they do when they all come together.
Now, let me ask you this, because when I played here in Buffalo, we're in the arena, inside, right? Snow, rain, cold, hot, outside, it didn't matter. We looked around and the fans, they're all nice and comfortable. When you guys played, if you were playing in a snowstorm, and you're on the bench and you're freezing and you're like, oh, this is miserable, and you turn around and you see the fans enjoying themselves, having a good old time in the middle of a snowstorm, rain, whatever. What did that tell you about the fan base and their support for you guys in the Bills?
You want me to answer it or you?
Hey, buddy, you did it.
I mean,
You
it's
did
very,
it.
very good. I mean, you sit there and you look, you go, number one, I was not cold on the field.
No, you
Never
were
did I get
always
cold.
warm.
Number two, when I see the fans turn around and enjoying themselves in the stands, I'm thinking, wow, we're actually entertaining them. They're being entertained. They're getting their money's worth. But the thing is that I wanted to see is, I just wanted to beat the other team up so our fans could laugh.
So they could party a little bit, you know?
I wanted our fans to see us beat the other team, so at least they got to give them some crap as well.
And as the decades have gone on, you've just always been immersed and loving of this community. Do you have favorite memories of how you've been intertwined with the community when it comes to charitable initiatives, people you've met along the way, people that just by your presence, you've been able to lift people up in tough times?
Well, we tried doing that. What we used to do is we used to do a thing around Christmas time where we gave everybody gifts, and then we did something around Thanksgiving. And we did that as a team, and it was a lot of fun because you got to go into the inner city, see some of the other kids, some of the kids that never got to come out to the stadium to see you would actually get to see you when you go there to deliver the stuff.
What about when you see that this hour, starting at 7:16, Sean and Jamie McDermott are matching donation up to $50,000? When coach is getting involved and his wife's getting involved like this, what does that tell you about the Bills and their commitment to this community?
Oh, it's amazing. It just shows you really like the heart of it, heart of Buffalo City, what the community is going to do, showing you top to bottom, doesn't matter who you are, people are going to give back. And I think that's one of the things that's so special about Buffalo. I mean, you see it all the time. Whenever they do a fundraiser or stuff like that. They raise so much money,
Yeah.
and it truly is amazing just watching the whole community come together. They really are just one.
Do you have any first memories as a kid, like where you grew up and getting involved in stuff like this and giving back and the feeling that how mutual that is? People are benefiting from your help, but ultimately we benefit by seeing joy in others.
Oh, absolutely. We were back home in Connecticut. We were big advocates with the Special Olympics. So we used to do stuff with the Special Olympics all the time, and just seeing the joy and the smiles that you would bring to other kids and stuff like that, everything you would do for them, seeing how excited they would get. I mean, you can't do anything but smile. It makes you feel so good.
So when you were playing, Caloposo with the Sabres talked to the young kids at development camp today and talked about how he goes to the grocery store and fans are like, can't wait until next season. I'm so excited. He goes, I'm going for some bread and milk and I'm there an hour because everybody wants to talk to him, right? Did you have any interaction with the fans like this, just going to school, grocery stores?
I had interactions with fans in every grocery store, every store that I went into. But the one thing that I will say, there are some young kids in this town that I was at Tops grocery store once when I was in my second year, and we were getting beat up by everybody. And this little kid was being bad in the store. And his mother yells over to him, "You better stop or I'm gonna call Father Baker on you." And he said, "No, Ma, don't call Father Baker on me. Just call the Buffalo Bills. They don't beat nobody." And I'm standing in line. I'm standing in line behind the kid, and I'm looking at him, and I'm going, "Oh my God, the kid told the truth." You can't get mad at him. All you got to do is you applaud the kid.
That also changed really quickly after that.
Well, no. Well, let's put it this way: we were 8-7, or then 4-12, then 2-14, and 2-14.
Okay.
So we took some lumps.
Yeah.
But I never will forget what that kid said to me that day, or said to his mom, not me, to his mom in the grocery store.
It's all.
That was wild.
Would've been
Because all I
funny
could
if
do
you-
was like this.
Yeah. What do
It'd
you
be
say?
funny if
Yeah.
you volunteered. Excuse me, kid. I play for the Bills.
I didn't know. They didn't know, and I was standing there, and I just looked at him, and I was like, "Wow."
Just another measure of adversity, right? There's always ways
But
that
see,
you
here's the
stare
thing.
it down on
That's
a daily
the good
basis.
Thing. That's
Yes,
the
it
good
is.
thing about it. They
Yeah.
tell you where you get on and where you get off, so you know what slice of bread is butter. You know, if you want butter on your bread, you know where to go. If you don't want it, don't go there.
We are live, give716.org right now, and we are off to an amazing start in this first hour as we're getting a little closer to $80,000 in donations already, and we will outline just some of the time periods in the next 24 plus hours where you can donate and having the matching grants from so many of our corporate partners. But we talked about Sabres Development Camp. Before we let our Bills guests go, what is this time of year like for you with training camp just around the corner? And what was it like for you those years ago when training camp was just around the corner?
Oh man, I'm getting excited, and especially this year because this is the first time in a couple of years we've been at Fisher, and it's going to be my first time at Fisher.
Yeah.
So I can't wait to just get up there, see all the fans. I know they love it. I know the community loves it when Bills can get back out there. And I'm just looking forward to it, and I just can't wait. I really want the season just to start already.
The energy is crazy at Fish. I've been there a couple of times, and it is fun. So
I'm
you're going to
excited.
feed off of that for sure.
Fond
excited.
memories of training camp or not so much?
Training camp was always fun.
Yeah.
Training camp with us was always fun. We beat each other to death, but we wouldn't let anybody else beat on us.
That's it.
We beat each other up all day in practice, be mad at each other, but let Sunday come around and somebody else try and do something like that to one of our guys, we're not going to have it. It's just being here in Buffalo at this time of year, guys are getting anxious. I'm telling this is the first year they're being hunted. So now I'm saying they need to rest, sit down, take their time, and get everybody on the same page and come out swinging from the very beginning, because guess what? If you've never been hunted, it's a different feeling because you're going to get everybody's best shot.
Everyone wants.
And everybody's going to come after you. And you know what? That's what should make y'all better, because guess what that would be telling me? I want you to come get me. Come get me.
It's kind of like last year, give716.org, they 1.1 million, right? This year, we want to hunt that 1.1 million.
That's
we want
right.
to go
Come get
up.
it.
Like,
Come
that's
get
the
it.
challenge.
Let's go get it.
Go get
Got to
it.
do better. Got to do better
Yeah.
this year.
Gotta do
And
better.
Tyler, I would have asked, what kind of advice can you glean from people who have lived it before? I think you just got it from Darryl right there. Like, I don't think there's anything else that could have been said by a prior standout player to prepare you for this season than what Darryl just said.
I'm ready to run through a brick wall right now. Just talking.
I know, that's why
I'm ready to run through a
That's why I
brick
told
wall.
you to calm down. You got to keep everything calm for a little while, because when that first Sunday rolls around, or there's the first Monday, right?
Thursday.
Thursday?
Yep.
Thursday.
Your feet are not going to touch the ground. You're going to come out the tunnel, and you're going to be about a foot off the ground, and all you're going to be seeing is blood on the other side.
So juiced up.
Tyler,
That's what you're seeing.
Darryl, Tyler, thank you both so much for being here. It's so important to have your personal, being here, but also on behalf of the team that is so beloved in this community. So thank you very much for being here.
Well, thank you for having us.
Appreciate it.
Darryl Talley and Tyler Matakevich, as we kick off Give 716 Day. It is the time that collectively, Marty, we have now felt in so many ways, so often, but to know that in this slightly more than 24-hour period, you can make such a difference, including, as we've mentioned, with the McDermott family, Coach Sean, wife Jamie, and their matching efforts here in this first hour of donations up to, in total $50,000 that they will match. But when when the hours roll by, and with the help of our corporate partners, this event has such a great opportunity already to, hopefully clearly surpass what you mentioned a year ago.
Absolutely, and we want to thank Southern Tier for hosting us tonight.
Yeah.
This is awesome. Sponsors: Delaware North, M&T Bank, David Adams, Wegmans, Highmark, Key Bank. It's amazing. Power hours coming through right now with Sean and Jamie McDermott matching donations up to $50,000.
Yeah, so if you're inclined and want to donate up to $1,000 personally, that would be matched. So that's the individual limit, but then the collective limit, is the $50,000, which is absolutely amazing.
In 20 minutes, starting at 8 p.m. tonight, if you donate $716 or more, the first 100 donations of $716 or more will get an autographed Josh Allen jersey.
I love that because
That is, wow.
First of all, there are a lot of people who already have a Josh Allen jersey. That goes without saying. But how often can you acquire one with a signature with a lasting impact on friends and community like this would have?
I want to tell a quick story here.
Oh, by the
because-
way, over $90,000. We are what time? 7:41. So we have been on for, what is that, Matt? 25 minutes. Yes.
7:16.
Sorry, I was going back to the actual 7:14 when we started. Yeah. My bad.
Quick story. So after the Rick Generate banner raising night and everything, so we found ourselves back in the suite, me and Pat Coletta, and then we wandered in, just by occasion, where Kevyn Adams, Terry Pagula, Jason Carmanos, a bunch of the Sabres were there. And Pat Coletta is a huge collector of apparels, right? And he's starting to talk about how he needs maybe a Josh Allen something signed. And Terry's like, I can maybe make that happen. Maybe. I think this is the opportunity, Pat Coletta. Donate at 801, $716 or more, and you'll get your Josh Allen signed jersey right there. You won't have to go through Mr. Pagula for that.
You mentioned Southern Tier Brewing Company, where we are located right now. It is definitely worth saying to our audience on Sabres Facebook and on Bill's Twitter and on One Buffalo Twitter right now, that if you're in the area and considering coming down on this near perfect Thursday night, that not only today, but tomorrow as well, you come in and Southern Tier is donating $2 from every pint sold to this cause. This is
I see
that
a couple
in-
of pints
I
all
know
over the place
this
right now.
is that, like, it may seem like a small gesture, but it's such a natural extension of wanting to do more. It's like, okay, why don't we host it? Come in and do the live stream from here. How else can we make sure that everybody that's coming through can have an impact on this? 7 a.m. tomorrow, our friends at Delaware North do $25,000 matching donation that hour. Key Bank will do likewise in the 8 a.m. hour. You mentioned David Adams. They have been such a great longtime partner and so deeply rooted in this community. $25,000 matching donation of donations that are made to participating animal charities. And that's where this is worthy, even more worthy of your time to go to give716.org, whether it's human rights, civil rights, all different kinds of charities, not-for-profits, that help this community function on a daily basis because they help so many. There is no shortage of places that you can help through this.
Think of the amazing interaction that we saw all season long with Rick, the Sabres pup, right?
my
and
gosh.
how
Yes.
he got bigger and bigger, and people were taking pictures early on, and then by the end of the season, Rick would walk around the building, and people would cheer him on, and it was amazing, right? So these are animal charities that are involved in this community that are helping in many different levels. So that's really important. 12 p.m. tomorrow, Wegmans, that's the power hour. 1 p.m., Highmark, matching $25,000 each in donations. 4 p.m., M&T Bank, $10,000 matching donation to East Buffalo-based charities and $15,000 in grants to East Buffalo charities. Amazing. And then 6 p.m. tomorrow evening, Bills and Sabres Foundation, $12,500 matching donations. So amazing partners.
It really brings kind of everything to the proper level at this point in time. On the heels of the NHL draft and with development camp here, there's a heightened awareness and excitement for the Buffalo Sabres. With the Bills season just around the corner and camp beginning at the end of the month, there's a heightened awareness about them being on the field and returning to battle. This couldn't be better. I kind of laugh that, we're not making this up. Like, the area code is 716. The date is July 16th. It's right smack in the middle of all of this. It's a perfect fit, and now is the opportunity to give.
I don't know that too many people can say they live in an area where they are being recognized by their area code.
Yeah.
Right? I grew up in Quebec City. Nobody knows, say, hey, we're from the 418. That doesn't work. It's not like that. Buffalo special for that fact. And 716 means a lot to people. Now, you get your phones, you travel out of state, you keep your 716 number. You don't go get a new cell phone. You want to keep the 716. That's why this is so special. Obviously, this community is special. The people in the community make it special. And events like today, tomorrow, going on until Saturday morning at 7:16 a.m., make this community special.
Be aware of all the social platforms we speak of, and undoubtedly, because you're a Sabres fan and a Bills fan and a fan of this community, you're going to see it in your timeline.
Oh, yeah.
And dare I say that maybe if you're out really late on Friday night and you've made the smart decision to return home safely, think about when this comes to an end. It comes to the end at 7:16 in the morning on Saturday. For some people, they might be just capping off a really great Friday night at that point. Make the last decision before you put your head down for a wee nap to
grab
be
your phone.
a donation, at give716.org.
Set your alarm and make a donation. Same thing.
I couldn't think of a better way to do it. Marty, this has been a lot of fun. We have,
Yes.
maybe to the chagrin of some, we've been on the air an awful lot in the last week plus, but we couldn't be happier to be on the air right now in this
do it again
form.
tomorrow.
Yeah, we
again
will.
Saturday.
Yeah, we will.
So-
Give716.org. It is the time to give. We have 533 charities participating this year. Do you want to predict what the end number might be in all this?
Okay, so I don't.
Or is this something you're going to think of and then talk about a little more tomorrow?
I'm going to say like 1.1 million was raised last year in 28 hours.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
We got a little bit more than 28 hours this year, I believe. We got 36.
I'll leave the math to you.
Yeah, because it's 7:16 on Saturday morning, so I have 36 hours. So we got to double at the very least what happened last year.
my.
Got more time.
Set the bar.
And more emphasis on it. So I'm setting the bar way, way up. We got to double it.
Final power hour of the 15th of July is with the Bills and Sabres Foundation and their matching donation of up to $12,500. You have heard of the Bills Foundation and the Sabres Foundation undoubtedly through your fandom over the years. What these foundations do and why they exist is taken to the highest level at a time like this. Their goal is to take funds raised with the best intentions and spread it throughout the community. This collaboration goes above and beyond, meaning we lean on everyone else, those who support from a corporate standpoint and from an individual standpoint, and thus we can collectively have a greater impact. Thank you to our guests, Darryl Talley and Tyler Matakevich, to Don Granato, and of course, Kevyn Adams. And there's other Bills here too, like Tim Harris and Reggie Gilliam. And obviously to all of you watching here on Sabres Facebook and on Bill's Twitter and on One Buffalo Twitter, on behalf of both organizations, we are off to an amazing start, closing in already in the first hour on $100,000 raised. And let's be talking about it on 7/16 Day on Saturday, about an unbelievable record-setting performance. Thank you, my friend.
Starting in 11 minutes.
Yeah.
Telling you $716 plus will get you a Josh Allen jersey if you are in the first 100 donation, at least that amount. So,
Yeah.
you know, we used to say a lot during the pandemic, we're all in this together.
Yeah.
We are all in this together.
Thanks to our terrific crew, and thanks again to Southern Tier for hosting us tonight and throughout the course of the next 24 hours plus. Keep giving, folks. Give716.org.